All right. So, welcome to 1 Million Cups Santa Barbara. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us this morning and learn a little bit about the program. Today's program is all about what is 1 Million Cups. So, this is something that we show every single week, and it's kind of a basic premise to presenters to let them understand who we are and what we're looking for in the presentations that they deliver. So presenters understand the 1 Million Cups is not a sales pitch and it's not an investor pitch. The goal is to tell the story of the business, to make the community aware of why they exist, what it is that they're trying to accomplish, and some of the milestones that they've achieved in building the business. If you wouldn't mind, a few housekeeping things. The first one being that please turn off your cell phone ringers or mute them. And understand that this is a place for expressing opinions. We completely embrace the expression of opinion here. That's how things get accomplished. So speak freely, but understand and recognize that opinions that are expressed are those of the individual who states them. They're not representative of the library or 1 Million Cups or the Kauffman Foundation. They are of the individual who speaks them. Keep calm and hold all your questions to the end. We do have a little time for questions and answers towards the end of the presentation. A few more housekeeping issues. We are being recorded, as previously stated, and Zoom chats are saved and accessible to others. So if you're texting or messaging through the Zoom chat feature, I want to let you know that those chats are saved and accessible to other people. So they're not as personal or private as you may believe. Zoom bombings. Ahmad or myself will try and zap anybody who comes in with an unexpected Zoom bombing, but we try to just remember that we're all adults here, and the great thing about technology is we can close our screens and we can look away. So feel free to take those measures in the event that somebody bombs us. Registration following 1 Million Cups Santa Barbara is required to receive meeting details and information. We'll go over that a little bit more as we go along. And as always, if you have information you'd like to share with us, you can do that via santabarbara@1millioncups.com. And please invite a friend or business contact and share the next meeting details via your social media. We are a program of the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation, and I'll go over, this is what this meeting is all about today, is who is Ewing Marion Kauffman and what is the foundation? So we're going to go over a lot of that. I'm just breezing through here. We are also sponsored by our friends at the Eastside Library who have been there since the very beginning. Thank you, Ahmad. And at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and give Ahmad a moment to share what's going on in the library today.
Let's see here. Okay, hi everybody. Hey, Steve, nice to see you.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I'll deduct it from your paycheck.
Thank you. Well,
so we are now doing curbside at the library. This has been about 2.5 weeks. At Eastside, we did our first Saturday curbside pickup day, which is really nice. So if you guys need any books or anything like that, please put in your requests because you could pick them up. Central Library is going to be doing curbside Monday through Friday, and their times are all online on what hours they're going to be hosting it. On Wednesdays here at Eastside from 2:30 to 5:30. So if you get a request in today, you could pick it up today. If not, there's also option for Saturdays from 10 to 1. That's another cool thing is that while we're doing curbside here at the library, our book drops are also open. So if you have books that you've been holding that have been in your house for months now, you could definitely return them during the curbside times. Saturdays, we just started the Saturday program, so it's not that busy just yet. It's going to pick up, I believe. Outside of that, we have a big partnership coming up with SBCC, and that's still going to be announced soon. We're working out all the details to offer the ServSafe certifications with our Works program and the community college here in town to offer free testing and the exams and the testings for fruit prep for free through the grant. So that's going to be cool. Once I have the full press release and we've worked out the details, I will let everyone know, you guys as well. And other than that, we have game nights that I host through the library. It's pretty fun. Those happen every Thursday night. We've built a great community of people that are at home that just need to play some games. I try to get it as competitive as possible. So the group is slowly becoming more ruthless, which is fun. Because at first, everyone doesn't want to be, now it's just like they know each other and they're going at it. So if you want some competition in your life, join us for the game night. We have a lot of fun with that.
Aman, you mentioned the food prep education or training or certification program.
Mhm.
And can we maybe plan on when that rolls out and it's official that we slot a meeting space for you? Because that's relevant information to people who are thinking about starting a restaurant or people who are graduating from culinary school and want to make themselves more marketable.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that aspect, and also it's good for business owners too, or just like to know that if you don't want to, you don't want your staff to spend the $15 to $30 to $40 to take this exam, or some business owners take that upon themselves to pay for that, and that's a business expense, and if you can get it for free or have them take the exam for free, why not?
Quick question. Is there relevance to COVID safety protocols in the food prep program?
So what I've heard when I talk to ServSafe is that they have, they're working on, either they have added a section, but there hasn't been like everyone who has passed it has to get recertified right now. It's not there yet, but I've heard that they've added a section to discuss, that kind of information specifically related to COVID.
Because that's why I'm not ordering. Neighbors are ordering from takeout from restaurants, but I'm not, because I don't know. I have no idea if they've been trained, in COVID specific stuff. Like, are they wearing a mask while they're cooking?
Well, for them to be at the point to serve food right now in the county, there is a packet, and when I say packet, I mean like 80 pages of a checklist that the business owners had to go through step by step to a plan. How are you going to enforce these new changes? How are you going to train your staff? I mean, it's just an intense, overwhelming packet. So if they are serving food in the county right now and they've been approved to, everyone should know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Knowing restaurant owners that I've worked with, not your parents, obviously, but you throw some 80 pages in there, bit bucket, whatever.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. This sounds like an opportunity for a short-term, or somebody who does consulting for restaurants already could add a COVID-specific training and education piece on there where they come in and teach the restaurant and then give them some type of COVID certification.
Yeah.
Like the health department does for the state for every.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Steve. It's if somebody gets tested positive from one of these restaurants, I mean, the chances that they might be closed for 2 weeks, and that's going to hurt business. So it's really, they have to be on top of that. It's like, if you care about your business and making money, at least, I mean, you have to be. You can't risk it.
Good info, thanks. All right, so back to our presentation. We are looking for door prize sponsors. So if you would like your company to gain some recognition through our program, which is a weekly hello, thanks so much, you can contact us at that Santa Barbara at 1millioncups.com email address and let us know that you're interested in being a door prize sponsor. And what we're thinking about with door prizes are very small things like like gift cards or a bottle of wine or a coffee mug, anything like that would be great. This is our microsite webpage, so you can look at 1millioncups.com Santa Barbara and make sure that if you're inviting anyone to participate, that you let them know that they need to make sure that they've clicked this button here, and it should say following once they're done. And then that way they receive the communications that are specific to our weekly events and our weekly presentations for our chapter instead of just the national headquarters information. If you know anyone who's interested in applying to present, this is where they would also do that, is here to apply to present. We'll go over that a little bit more further too. This is our team of community organizers. Nothing is done solely, and we are so grateful for the team here every single week showing up. I appreciate you guys very much. As always, I like to point out that the best way to be involved in your community is to be aware of what's going on, and a great way to do that is to find out if your city has a newsletter. And this is the City of Santa Barbara newsletter, and you can find that there. And if you need that link, just let us know. We'll be happy to send it to you. August 25th, SCORE, through the Richmond chapter, is offering a virtual workshop on how to run great virtual events. So you can register for that. SCORE has a lot of really terrific content to help you be more successful in your professional life. Definitely check them out. The Cal Chamber also offers a newsletter, so if you want to go find out what's going on in the state that may affect your workplace, check that out as well. Does anybody else have any news or events they would like to share today? All right, well, I'm not hearing anything, so we're going to keep moving. Back to that Kauffman Foundation. So who is the Kauffman Foundation? They are our sponsors, and we are very grateful. They're also the designers of the 1 Million Cups program. What is 1 Million Cups? That is a very good question. I don't think that we've ever fully talked about that in this program. We kind of we've kind of decided that people need to figure things out as we go along just by experiencing it. Or by the little brief intro that we use every single week. But I think that it's always best to start with why something is, as opposed to how and what it is. Why is 1 Million Cups a program in existence? And I think this is a really great explanation of the why. This is a video of Mr. Kauffman and his why. He's passed since, but it's great information.
You cannot solve the problems of society by throwing money in. But it sure gives you a wonderful feeling when you do it right and you accomplish something that helps humanity. We need to prepare our youth of today. They are going to be the leaders of the future. So it's absolutely necessary to have a good education. Plus, in my judgment, the way to eliminate discrimination and racial discord is education. You give those kids hope for the future. If you let them know that somebody cares about them, you'll be surprised at what they can achieve. With your high school graduation, you now have the power to choose what you will make of your lives. Choose well. Choose well. We believe that we can pass on some of the philosophies and principles, techniques, leadership that will enable new entrepreneurs to be successful. It's right to be uncommon if you can. You seek opportunity to compete, desire to take the calculated risk to dream, to build, yes, even to fail, and to succeed. The greatest satisfaction that I have had is helping others, doing something that either inspires them or aids them so that they'll be not only a better person, but be a better productive citizen of the United States. All of the money in the world cannot solve problems unless we work together. If we work together, there is no problem in the world that can stop us as we seek to develop people to the highest and best potential.
So that's a little bit about our founder, Marion Kaufman. He was an entrepreneur himself, and one of the things I like about that video presentation is his mention of our rights, the benefits of failing. Personally, having gone through my own business failure, I can tell you it's tremendously painful, but it's one of the most educational experiences of our lives. And it's one of those things where I certainly don't hope that everybody fails, but I understand that failure does make people stronger. And when I mention 1 million cups and I talk about it being entrepreneurs, most commonly, very frequently, I have people say to me, oh, but these kids are starting these businesses and they're failing. And that is my response, is that that's not a bad thing. Even if they decide that they didn't like the taste of that and they don't ever want it to happen to them again, they go back into the workplace and they work for somebody else with that knowledge, and they work much more effectively with that perspective. So how can you stay connected to the Kauffman Foundation? You can visit kauffman.org/stayconnected and sign up for their newsletter and receive information from them and how to support and promote entrepreneurship in America. And this is about the 1 Million Cups program itself. So we have the Kauffman Foundation, which was founded decades ago, and it promotes entrepreneurship. And then in 2012, they were thinking, how can we make this real life? How can we bring the entrepreneurs that we're supporting with these programs into the real world and introduce them to the community? And hence 1 Million Cups was born.
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation.
It's a place where entrepreneurs can come and connect within the community.
There's a real kind of vibe or a real energy here that's about supporting entrepreneurs.
We have 2 presenters each week, 2 entrepreneurs. They come and tell about their journey. They each have about 6 minutes to present.
You're telling people what you're up to, and you're essentially getting feedback from them. There's about 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A.
All the questions that they asked us really got us thinking about new ways to think about our business.
It was good just to be able to get that feedback from the rest of the community.
So over the years, we've added more cities. There's a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
Last question for you, what can we as a community do for you?
So what can we as a community do to help you question is what really coalesces the community around every single presenter.
When somebody applies to present to 1 Million Cups, they're instructed to watch a series of videos through the Kauffman Founder School website.
It's invaluable information for someone who's founding a startup.
I felt better prepared. I felt more confident, and I think a little more focused than I would have been otherwise. Had I not watched the videos of the Founder School, so it was a great way to prepare.
I really like the educational component of 1 Million Cups because it does create that open forum.
You can hear great ideas that will help you start thinking even more about what you want to do with your business.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
The cool thing about 1 Million Cups is you're amongst other people like yourself. Just hearing someone talk about their startup, it just was magical to think, wow, there's other people out there like myself.
Sitting in a room of other people that have ideas too, it helps people believe, thinking, you know what, my idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.
So Ahmad and I started the chapter here in 2019, January 2019. After, I think, Ahmad, was it about 6 months that we went through the process? I think.
It felt like a year, but I think you're right. It was 6 months.
Yeah.
They wanted to check under the hood.
We really want to make sure that your purpose for starting a chapter in your community is for the benefit of the community. So they put us through the ropes a little bit, and we don't mind at all. We made it through, and here we are. So how can you help? Get involved. Become an organizer. We would love to add 1 or 2 more people to the organizing team to help out with a little bit of the workload, and also to connect with the community and help us bring more people to the table. You can also apply to present. If you or a company that you know would benefit from presenting, you can submit your application at our 1 Million Cups. The community name is Santa Barbara, and you can attend and give feedback. That is so important. Attendance is so relevant. I find that so many people feel like they'll come in and, Geeta, we're glad to see you again. We'll come in and participate in 1 or 2 meetings, and then they'll disappear permanently. And I'm thinking, gosh, you know, I really hope we can get people and infuse the excitement and the energy of this program in them as much as it is in us, and showing up every single week, because it is our voices, our questions, our suggestions that help the presenters who present to us each week. So here's some reasons why you might want to organize. It's a great experience. It helps you connect with your community, grow your skills in community organization, help entrepreneurs and connect them with the community. There's we have an annual summit. I think this year it's virtual. So, but we do. It's a lot of information that is provided to us, and a lot of education that is provided to us as organizers that makes us stronger in our skills. How can you help? Attend 1 Million Cups every single week. We mentioned that. Mentor and coach future presenters. Be that mentor in the audience or on the organizing team who has advice to share with our presenters. Refer startups to present. Invite people to attend. Give advice and feedback on your 1 Million Cups experience in your social media and to people that you meet in the community. And if you'd like to present, you can do that by visiting 1millioncups.com/present and clicking the Apply to Present button. And here's that notice again, that it's not a sales pitch and it's not an investor pitch. The goal is to have people understand what it is that the business does and some of the challenges that have been encountered in building the business. And here are some reasons why you might want to apply to present to 1 Million Cups. It helps you connect with the community, helps you speak freely about your business. And these are things that as your business grows and evolves, that founder, that CEO, that owner needs to be able to do that more and more effectively as the business evolves. You also get coaching from people who care and have no vested interest other than to make sure that you're a successful business within our community. We want businesses to succeed here in Santa Barbara because that makes the whole community stronger, provides employment opportunity, and contributes to tax revenue to everything that our roads and our police force, etc. And lots of other reasons. So how do you apply to present? It's pretty simple. So I'm going to walk you through the process here a little bit. This is the first screen you come to. You would have registered yourself personally, set up your own personal profile on the 1 Million Cups website. And then when you click that present, apply to present button, it takes you here. And of course it says, hey, Tara, excited. Would you like to add a new company? So I would add a new company because there's no company listed. And then there's a brief form that you have to fill out with details about your company and preparing and then submitting your request. It probably takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how thorough and how prepared you are to answer some of these questions. Like, for instance, this one is one that I always read. Describe the problem your business is solving, who your target market is, and your growth plans over the next 18 months, 500 characters less. This is a great way to talk about why your business exists. And now the 1 Million Cups website, which covers all of our chapters. We have about 200 chapters nationwide, from Aberdeen, South Dakota to right here in Santa Barbara, California. And the thing that's really wonderful about them is if you're traveling and you happen to find yourself on a Wednesday morning in a new community, you can go here and search for that community and find out if they have a 1 Million Cups and take an hour out of your day and see what's going on in their community. Have a cup of coffee, meet some local people who care about entrepreneurship. And the other thing, this is one of my favorite things about the website, is any recorded presentation such as this one is available on the website. And all you need to do is go to presentations, which is available in the options at the bottom of the screen. And it takes you to this site. You click on the radio button here that says videos, and you can sort. You can sort by industry. And so it'll have things like technology or health and wellness as industry options. Or you can select a community. If you want to see presentations from Denver, Colorado, or from Florida, you can take a look at that as well. And these are on here for a year. Some of these presentations go back as far as 2013 or so. Sorry, my screen's frozen. There we go. So that's what I have today on the 1 Million Cups program. Do you have any questions? You feel that that was effective, useful? On target? Off target?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, not sure what to say.
I thought it was remarkable that the founder comes out and speaks as if Black Lives Matter was happening the same week he was promoting this, because a lot of his intent is to involve minorities with education, and obviously that's critical, but has not really been embraced. And obviously he did that speech how long ago?
That video's from 2016.
Okay, so that's only 4 years ago, but that could have been done in the 60s or 70s, and we're still struggling to get there. But the fact that he's saying, you know, you can influence some lives, and it's good to give money for something that returns to the whole country, to the whole world potentially, but really raising good, aware citizens that contribute back. And I thought it was really right on for, you know, someone with money to come out like Bill Gates and some of the others that are giving money away to the right causes. You probably saw Bill Gates' was it Bill Gates' wife? No, Jeff Bezos' wife gave 1.7
billion.
billion.
A billion.
Yeah, which is a pretty good chunk to some really good causes. And
No, I had no idea about.
the flip side. What's that?
It was Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, I think, that did the 1.7 billion. But
Out of her alimony.
Yeah, which lets you know she did pretty well in the divorce.
yeah,
But I didn't know about that, what you just were talking about, Mark. It's kind of cool to haven't seen that just now in the presentation. The trying to spread the equity across this social, whatever you call it, different socioeconomic demographics.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And I didn't know that. So that opens up more marketing opportunities, probably. Reminds me of the stuff that Ahmad was talking about with the grant to help different socioeconomic levels, I guess, with the ALA grant or something for the library.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of money floating around right now for grant opportunities with the Cal State Humanities and but I know that those have been planned and written in. I don't know what the future of grants look like going forward after this fiscal year.
Did you get a resolution on the one that you had applied for that was through the ALA?
Yeah, so that Google one, I think what happened is right before COVID, and I think it was right as COVID was happening actually. But I believe that they had gone a different direction with it completely. Because I don't know. So I haven't heard anything outside of that. We weren't selected, but I think shortly after that announcement, they sent an email. They want to offer like $1,000 or $2,000 grants to multiple libraries to further their business programs. So maybe they're like, well, we could help more if we just split it. I'm assuming, I don't know.
No, because that's, I mean, just to match this presentation that Tara had, I mean, that kind of money would be great for just putting the word out in whatever fashion it takes to reach the folks that wouldn't even know about the
my idea is very heavy network based, and I can't imagine. It's hard to do it through Zoom. I mean, not impossible, but like it's, you know, we should be in a room right now where we are handing each other business cards and talking about, you know, supply chains, and Zoom doesn't allow for that privacy from, you know, if we're in this group, you know, I can be talking to Steve on this side of the room here, and Tara's talking to Paul, that kind of networking, you know, it's all of us are just kind of talking all at once kind of thing.
But there is a breakout room that Tara was always talking about. What is that? Is that sort of similar?
There are breakout rooms, but that, of course, extracts you from this general meeting. And I totally get what Ahmad's saying, is that at the library, we have little breakout groups that are, you know, kind of quieter conversations going on in those, but that people can kind of come and go from those different as they wish.
I'm just thinking, imagine if you had enough people from the right different types of needs, and you could say, hey, everybody that's interested in supply chain economics, we've made a room for you. Or I don't know. It's it's an interesting option to put a little room out there for people to join if they're interested. And then if nobody joins, then you know that room doesn't matter. But I've never seen breakout rooms, that's why. But I can imagine that actually sort of helping if you pre-establish the breakout rooms, and I don't know.
And I don't think that people can just go to a breakout room. It's like the person who's hosting it gets to like, okay, Steve's going in the room 1, Mark's going in the room 2, Paul's going in the room 4. So it's not like you can like pop out and in and out of the rooms.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot less natural than it would happen.
Yeah.
In a lot.
Well,
as far as the business card goes, that's actually one of the things that I love about 1 Million Cups. Coming from an industry professional, I know you're an insurance guy, so it was always the bankers and the insurance folks that were in the room when I went to those professional networking, and it was a little annoying to me, to be honest with you, the whole passing out of cards thing and having the 30-second elevator speech, and it just felt very false. And the thing that I enjoy very much about our program is that's not part of it. And I've consistently been approached about, we need to make that part of this. We need to make that part of that. And no, we don't. It's not part of the program. And I'm glad that I have a lot of support in that because it keeps things much more natural.
Yeah. I didn't realize until you just said it that that's a big reason I just love this stuff. And I didn't even realize it until you said it. Because I used to go to this coffee and contacts group every Friday. And it wasn't necessarily about cards, but everybody was trying to sell to each other at some point. And the only thing I recommend about that one, if you guys haven't gone, fantastic way to practice an elevator speech. It's like you're forced to go up there for 30 seconds and just everybody has to, and you see the reactions visually. So anyway, I was going there for about a year and it was great just for that. But I think I prefer this based on what Tara just said, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
It is relevant. Like you said, I learned a lot in those environments. I'm a normally introverted by nature type of person. And my professional career requiring me to go to events like that where you're constantly put on a hot seat, and every single week you're asked, who are you? Why are you here? What do you have to offer? You know, and have to think about that on a regular basis has definitely made me less insecure in such environments, or more secure, I guess.
Plus the mingling that's open. It's like you don't, like I could be someone that has a business that has nothing can relate to you, Steve, in my mind at least, or maybe in your mind. But we talk, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, we can connect this way. Or we could come up with an idea to help each other. But that's why I like the idea of like the breakout rooms with like people who are interested in XYZ can go in here. But then the other people that you don't think you need any, benefit, that might not benefit you, actually might benefit you a lot in the other rooms. That's why the importance of that mingling and that, walking around is really nice from the business perspective.
That's a really great point, Ahmad. One of the things that over the years, I've been participating in this program since 2014. I've seen countless businesses present week after week after week. And the thing that's amazing to me is the times that I hear somebody doing a presentation and something, it might even be a service that they mentioned that they use in their business, that I'm like, oh, that is the solution for that person that presented 6 months ago. I need to get them connected, and just to put them together and say, I don't know, or even just say, Ahmad brought up this service or this database or technology in today's meeting, and this would be relevant to such and such, and those things, and being able to see those little bits and pieces and how they can, sharing that story can be effectively useful to various people across industries. All right, you guys have gotten quiet, and I never keep you here longer than you want to be. So we are going to go forward. I'm going to share my screen here for just another quick second. and talk about who we're going to have next week. So, first of all, the question we always like to ask at 1 Million Cups is there anything that the 1 Million Cups Santa Barbara community can do to help you? So since this is about the 1 Million Cups program, instead of asking how we can help the 1 Million Cups program, because we already discussed that, I want to ask those of you here today with us, is there anything that this program can do to help you?
Well, I could use feedback on something that's going to happen tomorrow. It's my latest attempt to try and get a Tesla. So if you guys feel like it, there's going to be a webinar, hopefully with hundreds of people, Monday, but you can find out. Anyway, it would be great, like by next Wednesday, to just get feedback. And I'll put in a sign-up link, jacktripservers.com, in the chat. No need to do it, but if you've got extra time on your hands and you want to just sort of see what we're doing and give feedback, I have about 630 people already signed up in this website that we put up, and then it's going to launch tomorrow with a website called Musicians Together Apart, which nobody knows about yet, and then a big webinar Monday. But I've been doing Google AdWords for the last 2 weeks. I've got 630 people just searching on one term, and we're the only ones doing what we're doing right now, but it's for musicians to collaborate during COVID, during lockdown. And
is that website correct, Steve?
No, it's not. Thank you.
Okay.
See, that's the kind of feedback I need. jacktripservers.com. I think that's it. But we've been working on it for about 7 weeks now, and it's going to be a very expensive endeavor, and we're hoping that it works.
Steve, did you see the CBS Sunday morning presentation on the choir group, the virtual choir group?
No.
I'll send it to you because this sounds right up that alley. I guess back maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was this virtual choir that was put together, and this guy who put together a virtual choir. And of course, that's kind of what I think what you're talking about. And they've been approaching him to do it again. So I'll email that to you. Yeah, I've got your email address in the 1 Million Cups thing, so I'll go ahead and send that to you.
Yeah, that would be great. And if you see the on the Jacktrip servers at the bottom, there's a link to an NPR story that was just totally, we didn't even know it was coming. And so all about Jacktrip, actually.
Not too shabby, Steve. Which model are you looking to get?
Oh, I'm looking for the P100D. It goes for about 110K. Not a fan of the SUVs. They go up to 140K.
Just when you drive by the library, can you wear a monocle? That's all I ask.
A monocle?
Yeah, just a monocle.
And
why?
A monocle with your convertible Tesla.
And I'm going to have some Grey Poupon with me, or no, I'm going to ask for some Grey Poupon. Yeah.
Can you rig it where dollar bills come out of the exhaust pipe? Because that's pretty fun too.
I'm sure Elon will do that.
All right. So next week, you silly guys, Santa Barbara, we have Allison Wright of Good Elephant Company speaking to us. Good Elephant is a mindfulness organization, and what they do is they bring together various businesses that believe in making a mindful lifestyle that's inclusive and affordable for everyone. So definitely come listen to Allison and hear her thoughts and perspective. And on that, I have a little quote of the day or the week, and I've enjoyed having coffee with you this morning, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Good luck, Steve.
Thank you. Au revoir.